Okay, so this is a Silver League match in the Chobo Team League. And for those of you unfamiliar with the Chobo Team League, it's a team-based league of players all the way from bronze to diamond, where we get together, have some good fun games, and have a team format somewhat similar to the SC2 Pro League. Games are played whenever the players have time during the week, though, so all the games are played even if the series is technically already done. It's they're best of 9, for those who are unfamiliar. Anyway, we're heading into set 5, Haku versus GenericName. So, spawning in the lower right here on Heavy Rain. Playing for Mate as well, but not playing for Team Bear Sloths. Like maybe that's even the clan tag they use. We have GenericName, our red Zerg. And spawning in the upper left is our green Terran. We have Haku playing for All Inspiration. Oh, I just realized I never switched the scene. Haha. Oh, except that I did. Good. I thought I might have forgotten to switch the scene again. Anyway. Here we are on Heavy Rain. Always a fun map. A little bit harder for Zerg than other maps. I'm a Zerg player myself, and I find that Heavy Rain, it's not a map I do that well on. I often have fun on it, but I don't do as well on it as I do on many other maps. Anyway, the timings all look pretty typical. Looks like we're going to see probably a Reaper expand out of Haku. Very typical hatch first out of GenericName. Always see hatch first against. Haku does have his common wall off and everything looking pretty typical. There's that Reaper on the way. Good early scouting possibilities as GenericName's first Overlord is just about to arrive. And there's that first Reaper. See what he's gonna see as he heads across the map and finds, yep, that's a hatchery. These 2 lings already out. I'm using a little patrolling, having him jumping up and down. Anyway, the timings all look to be the normal timing. It is indeed a fast expand after the Reaper for the Terran player. Starport already on the way. Like we are probably going to see some Hellion play as the factory's moving over to that reactor. And the Zerg player now throwing down double gas. Haven't gotten no gas so far. So our Zerg player going for early economy rather than any early aggression. Queen's trying to take out this Reaper. Don't quite succeed, but they at least push it away for a while. As those first Hellions heading out, as the Reaper has spotted a third base going down for GenericName. So Haku's Hellions are arriving at the third base. Find some slow lings, which they can easily take down. Speed just started for GenericName. There's really not any good answers to these Reapers yet other than Queens. The Queens do get the Reaper for but there really isn't a good answer to these Hellions. However, the Hellions are choosing to spend their DPS attacking this base rather than attacking it and taking out drones. Hellions trying to move in a little bit, getting pretty low on health after facing off against all those Queens, but they might get a drone or two. They got one drone. The drones have been pulled, but they're lining up nicely. But the Hellions can't quite get past the Queens. Let's see, how many did they get? Trying to remember how we do that. The great caster I am, can't even remember how to see how many workers killed. Controller. There it is. Yep, they only got one drone total. Anyway, it looks like Haku's sending across a little drop. Widow Mine drop. In the meantime, GenericName's Baneling Nest is finishing up. Like that Widow Mine is going to get a shot off, but because they're spore crawlers, it can be seen. Gonna run away and burrow away from the spore crawlers. Survive for a little longer. At the very least, gonna allow a bit of vision. And GenericName sending out a few speedlings to get some scouting done. They confirm that there is no third, at least no third there. Like they're going to be able to prevent the third from landing, as it's going to try to land on top of them. But these Marines should be able to clean them up pretty well. So we're seeing a pretty typical biomine setup out of Haku at this point. As our Zerg player's Spire is just about done, and otherwise, typical Lingbane Muta. Zerglings trying to run around and perhaps get a flank on that third base from an odd angle. Just a few of them going forward first to see what they see. And deciding that making some banelings to bust through that is a good plan. Which could well work. Let's see how that works out for him. Putting the banelings right into the mineral line. Nice hits. Most of the mineral line of that base eviscerated by Banes. In the meantime, Haku's decided that that is a good time to move out, and so he starts heading across the map with this pretty big bio and mine push. And the first small mutaflock is headed in, and is going to catch Haku pretty much unprepared. I don't see any missile turrets anywhere to be seen, so get a few building supply depots for free, and the SCVs that were building them and are now taking down SCV after SCV. They're going to be pushed off by these Marines, but they did a darn good job. "12 workers killed between those Banes and Mutas just then. And all those Zerglings have decided it's time to attack the third. With the army out of position, they do get the bunker as well as taking down the orbital command. Not even lifted, so nice job. At the same time that bio force from earlier is attacking into the third here. Getting these researching Evo chambers is a nice pickup for our Terran player, but at the same time, that's a whole lot of Zerglings and there's just nothing holding them back. Zerglings obviously not being microed to go over that supply depot that's up. Now there are missile turrets to deal with the mutas this time, but missile turrets don't deal with Zerglings, and that's a lot of Zerglings. This has got to be GG for Haku. There's just too many Zerglings and not enough to defend against it. Trying to do a bit of a base trade, but it's not going to work out. Production is completely eviscerated, and he's not going to win the game with just that small number of Marines. Not against the Zerg player with the macro hatch. A ton of Banelings now being morphed in. When those Banelings hit, that's going to be the end of Haku's chances. Yep. Most of the Marines going down. Medevacs going down. Yep, there's the GG. Haku fought to the bitter end, but that's going to be it for that one.